What goes into the CHL Import Draft? It's probably a really hectic time for you as a manager. So tell me a little bit about the process.
Well, the import draft is one of the more interesting elements of our roster build. It's an arduous task that's largely fueled by relationships with agents. You tend to get lists from different agents of available players coming over. You have to do some cross research with NHL scouts, try to find as much information on the kids as you can. We're fortunate nowadays there's a lot of available video, but again, it's difficult to try to navigate the waters of the import draft, and I think the lack of success in a lot of places is evident in the last few years. It just proves how difficult it really is.
Yeah, and looking at last season, for example, some success with Nikita Voyega, who looks like a really promising defenseman on our blue line, and then some not so much success with Radivojevic playing down in the USHL. Can you tell me a little bit about the difference in those two?
Well, I think it was an educated gamble with Radivojevic. We knew it was a slim possibility that he would play last year. It was a curveball when he ended up going to the USHL. That's not what we were told. But there's a lot of information that gets spread in different ways in this draft. So if you look at picks 7, 8, 9, and 10 didn't report to the CHL last year, I think indicative of that. We feel we got lucky, though, with Nikita. Getting a player like Voyega in the second round, who's going to be on the NHL radar this year, kind of makes up for the loss of Radivojevic. And then, obviously, moving into this year's strategy was a little bit different. When you look at our club, I think we're poised and ready for a breakout, and we needed a bona fide superstar up front. So rather than taking what would be dubbed a second-tier import, we decided to roll the dice on a guy like Ryabkin, who is a world-class talent. Now, there's some work to do. He is AHL eligible. Highly unlikely he starts there. We're very confident that we're going to be able to get something done, but we felt it was well worth it because we knew we had Durco in the wings for the second round. Durco's a kid who has been a leader on the Slovakian national team. He was a captain of the youth Olympic team, a kid that fits our identity. So we felt very comfortable, and that allowed us to kind of push forward with the first pick with Ivan.
We're talking with Ivan. Is there a lot of promising talks with his agent and him in particular? Is it more been conversations with Carolina Hurricanes? Can you tell me about the different kind of angles to that?
It's both. It's primarily run through the agent. We're fortunate in the fact that when Carolina drafted him, we had a great conversation with their assistant general manager last week. I think we're all on the same page in terms of the development path and a bit of a shared plan and approach for how we would do that. And I think that's step number one is we sell kind of our development image to Carolina. They endorse it. And then the three of us work together with the agent. Ivan doesn't speak a lot of English, and he's back in Russia now following Carolina's development camp. So we want him to just focus on his off-season training and getting ready for this upcoming season.
Yeah, Jonas Durco, obviously another highly touted prospect seems excited to come to the Islanders next season. Do you think, is he a guarantee to come to the lineup next year? Or at least
he is. We're hoping to have his signing announced here as early as the end of this week, if not into next week. Really, really excited. We had Zoom calls with the player and the agent prior to the draft. We've had a number of correspondences since we were happy to take him. And again, he's focused now on making the Hlinka team. He's going to play for the Ivan Hlinka team for Slovakia here in a couple of weeks. So we'd like to get the signing out of the way so that we can get the logistics looked after for him getting over here. But both he and us are extremely excited for the future together. Different just because of a pre-existing relationship with the agent. Ironically, his agent used to play for me when I coached in Kingston in the OHL, and we've always stayed in touch. And he just recently retired in the last couple seasons from a pro career over there. We'd had some discussions last season prior to the import draft, but his stable of players has grown considerably over this year. His name's Radek Smolanek, and it's a kid that I trust immensely. He knows my coaching style and those type of attributes that I look for in players. So when he strongly endorsed this young man, it meant a lot.
The big roster coming into training camp this year, but an exciting roster. What's your excitement for next year, and how competitive do you think training camp will be this year?
Well, first of all, I wish it could start tomorrow. I'm extremely excited with this group. It's the most excited I've been in a few years when I look at the whiteboard. I think there's been a lot of hard work done. The fans have supported us through a tough rebuild, but I think we're finally ready to go to another level. And I think the first step in that journey is going to be an extremely, extremely competitive training camp. There's a number of jobs up for grabs, and I think the message to all the returning players when they left last year was that there's no guarantees here anymore, guys. It's our job as the management group to put the best players on the ice. And in order to do that, we have to assemble talent and put that into play at the training camp. So all bets are off as we head into training camp, and I expect it to be one of the most competitive camps we've had in a number of years.